Hi, Violent Community, it's Mike here. And today I'm going to show you some of the albums that I picked up, new releases and reissues over the last month or so. So I've got some folk music, I've got some punk music, and I think I'll start with the quiet stuff with the folk music. And this first album is by a Yorkshire folk singer called Kate Rusby. She's from Penistone in Yorkshire, and this is her album called When They All Looked Up. And it's a collection of songs. There's some more traditional songs here, and also some sort of quite sort of modern songs. And it's a double album, although each of the sides is quite short, only running to about sort of 12 minutes each. And I'll show you the vinyl here. So it's sort of I don't know if you can see that, but it's black vinyl with sort of like an effect of sort of looking up at the stars. And there you go. So that's that. And the inners have got sort of details of each of the track, of some notes about each of the tracks on the album. And then inside the gatefold there's all the lyrics. So yeah, it's a really nice compilation. And I didn't know this was going to be released, and I saw it and I thought, oh yeah, I've got to have that. So probably my favourite track on here is the last track on the fourth side, and it's called The Coal Not Dull. And Kate Rusby was recording this album at the time of the 40th anniversary of the ending of the miners' strike. And the song itself, it's a poem that was written by one of the striking miners' wives. And it's very poignant. And as Kate says in the notes, that a lot of her family were involved in coal mining in Yorkshire, so it's quite sort of close to home to her. So I would say this is a poem that was then sort of put to music, and it's really lovely. But I mean, the whole album is really nice. And yeah, I would recommend Kate Rusby to anybody that likes folk music. And I'll show you this. This isn't a new release or reissue, but I picked this up at Leeds Record Fair, and I thought I showed two Kate Rusby records together. This is called Hand Me Down, and it's from 2020, and it was a limited edition on the Pure Records label, and it's this is number 532 out of 1,000. And yeah, it's a collection of cover versions, basically. So there's all sorts on here. You've got Manic Monday on here. You've got the Kinks' Days on here. What else? There's some Bob Marley as well on here somewhere. Yeah, Three Little Birds is on here. Then there's Friday I'm in Love is on here, and a track called Shake It Off, and that's a cover of a Taylor Swift song, would you believe? So I'll show you one of the records. So it's on this nice sort of like orange vinyl. So yeah, I've got two Kate Rusby albums, and really pleased to get those. Right, the next album. Now, my friend Romuald, better known as French Vinyl Addict, contacted me about sort of three weeks ago, I think it was, and said there was a really nice French folk album that he thought that I would like. So he gave me a link. I gave it a listen and thought, yeah, this is really good. And so I went and bought it from, I bought it online from a record store down in London called Honest John's. And if you're really into folk or sort of blues music, the Honest John's is a really good record shop to go to. It's I think the shop itself is in Cold Drops Yard, which is just north of King's Cross Station. So there you go. So here's the album, and it's a beautiful sort of album cover here. And the band are called Tartine De Clue, and the album is called Compte les dents, which I think means count the teeth. So I don't know why. I'm not sure. Is this a French idiom? I really don't know. But anyway, that's what it's called, and it's on a Belgian record label called Okrena, and I'll show you the labels here because they're quite nice as well. And yeah, so as I say, this is French, traditional folk music. So there's nice sort of open type, nice sort of inner here that gives some details of the songs themselves. But it's all in French, and it takes me quite a while to read French. I'm not really proficient at all. But yeah, this is a really nice album. The band Tartine De Clue are a threesome, and they sing. Sometimes sort of it's a cappella. Other times, they're accompanied by music, and there are some guest artists on here as well who provide some of the accompaniment. But yeah, it's a really lovely album. So, thank you very much for recommending that to me, Romo, because it's a great folk album. And the final folk album is a compilation. Now, if you're in the UK, you probably know that Bob Stanley of St Etienne has been issuing various compilation albums with sort of brilliant themes. There was one about sort of France in 1968. There's the Winter of Discontent, which was a period in the late 70s of strikes and all sorts of upheaval in the UK. And the latest one is a folk album, and it's called Gathering the Mushrooms. And as you can see, this is the British Folk Underground, 1969 to 1975. And it's got some really good artists on it. And as always, Bob Stanley has provided sort of comprehensive notes on all of the tracks and all of the bands here. And yeah, it's got some bands and artists that I think people would have heard of. I mean, there's Window Over the Bay by Vashti Bunyan, which is from her album Just Another Diamond Day, which is an absolute sort of classic, is on here. And there's some Bridget St John as well. Yes, a track called Fly High by Bridget St John. I think there's some Roy Harper on here as well. Yes, Another Day by Roy Harper, and another and there's an Anne Briggs song, Fine Horseman, and yeah, the final track on side 4 is a 12-minute track by the sort of psyche sort of folk band Comus, and it's called The Herald. And yeah, so this is a really nice compilation album, sort of folk, and there you go. That's the labels. Right. So that's all the folk. Now on to some punk, post-punk, and I don't know if you'd really describe these guys as punks. Actually, it's Snapped Ankles, and there you go. It's called Hard Times, Furious Dancing, and it's a really good album. They're sort of quite sort of experimental post-punk, a bit krautrocky. It's very much sort of synth-based sort of music, and I think I mentioned this band before, and live they are really good. They put so much effort into producing their live shows, and it's always a lot of fun to go and see Snapped Ankles. So that's the inner there with sort of various details, lyrics, on there, and the album came with some free gifts. That there's this rather strange sort of booklet with various sort of statements. Glue your hands to a tree. There you go. A bit of a sort of eco protest, I suppose. Yeah. Oh yes, kettling for beginners. So yeah, it was rather strange, and stranger still. You get a tea towel with it. There you go. Yeah. Don't sit it out. Hard Times, Furious Dancing by Snapped Ankles. So they're one of my favourite bands, particularly as a live act to go and see. So I would recommend that album to anybody. Right, some Swedish post-punk, and this is the latest one by Viagra Boys, and it's Viagra Boys. But for some reason, the A at the end of Viagra has been transposed to the start of the word boys. But there you go. So yeah, this is pretty standard sort of post-punk. It's on dream-inducing blue and white marble vinyl. There you go. So if you want to be induced into a dream, take a pictures like that. There you go. And yeah, there's the inner. Yeah. So they're really sort of good band, and I think they've got quite a following in the UK at the moment and elsewhere. But yeah, so that's the Viagra Boys, and their latest album. Right, who's next? Oh yeah, Billy Nomates, and this is her album, Metal Horse, and again it's very sort of post-punky. When she started out, she was very much sort of it was very sort of hip hoppy, sort of rappy sort of music, and now she's sort of progressed into into more of a sort of standard sort of indie pop act. But really, she's got a really lovely voice, and it's a fantastic album. It came with a print that's been signed. And yeah, tracks on here are Metal Halls, Nothing Worth Winning, The Test, Override, Dark Cool's Friend, which is a really nice track, probably my favourite on here. And Comedic Timing, that's another lovely track. So yeah, so I'll show you the vinyl. So in sort of kind of marbled sort of grey blue sort of effect. There you go, and that's Billy Nomates and Metal Horse, her latest album. Right, couple of reissued EPs by a really great Australian punk band, and this is on Bargain Bin Records, and it's a chat. So here's the sort of first EP. This is Get This In Ya, and it says here, warning: this album will tear you a new one. And they are very Australian. There's certain types of punk that you think can only come from Australia, and the Chats are one of those bands. I mean, Smoko is a brilliant track, absolutely brilliant, and it comes with an accompanying video that's really funny. Oh yeah, Boss Money, and this is about spending the money you got to for a bus ride on drugs, basically. And yeah. So this was released in 2017, as I say, on Bargain Bin Records, and at the same time, their second EP was reissued, and this is called 4573 by the Chaps. There you go, and that's the B-side again on Bargain Bin Records. So you've got Yeah Nah, I'm the best person in the world, Mum stole my darts, I feel good, Don't Stop the Blues, and VB Anthem, VB being Victoria Bitter. And yeah, it's a really, really, you know, fun sort of Australian punk uh, EP. So there you go. So that was that. So that's all the 12-inch stuff, and then just one single to show you. And this is an EP, 7-inch EP by a new Leeds band, and this is their debut, and they called the Oidz, and really the sleeves on these just sort of like sold out things here, and yeah, they're really quite sort of raucous sort of punk band, and the 7-inch there, it's on Prison Records. There you go, and the tracks on here are Cryptid BF, Insel, Seriously, and Jacking Off in the UFO, and they're really, really good sort of, really sort of good basic sort of punk music, really, and sort of, I think they're great. So that's the Oidz, and surprisingly, for a band from Leeds, it was actually recorded on a label based in Barcelona. So I don't know how that came about, but there you go. So it's a Spanish record from a Leeds band. So that's it. So that's all I've got to show you for the sort of like, I'd say, the newer stuff that I built recently. And hope you liked it. And till next time, I'll say bye.